Vinya and Mira have been married for 10 years. Their relationship began as a true love story. They met at university and have been inseparable ever since. Vinya, a talented engineer, built a successful career, and Mira worked as a teacher at a local school. Their marriage seemed perfect, and they were role models for many around them. Recently, however, Mira began to notice that Vinya was pulling away. He was late for work more and more often, becoming increasingly withdrawn and detached. Mira tried to talk to him, but Vinya always avoided conversations, excusing himself with work duties. One day, while accidentally looking through the documents on Vinya's desk, Mira found a letter. It contained words of love and promises to meet, signed by a woman named Anita. Mira felt her world crumble. She could not believe that Vinya, the man she trusted with all her heart, had betrayed her. Instead of immediately confronting Vinya, Mira decided to find out the whole truth. She began to follow him and soon discovered that Anita worked with him in the same company. Their relationship was far from new. Everything indicated that it had been going on for several months. Mira was devastated, but she knew she had to do something. She couldn't live a lie and let her life be ruined by betrayal. She met with Anita to find out more about their relationship. Anita was initially shocked by Mira's appearance, but quickly recovered and coldly admitted that she and Vinya were in love and were planning a future together. After this meeting, Mira realized that she would not be able to forgive her husband. She returned home and, gathering all her thoughts, decided to talk to Vinya. When Vinya returned from work, Mira met him in the living room with the letter in her hands. "We need to talk, Vinya," she said quietly but firmly. Vinya immediately understood that his secret was revealed. His face turned pale when he saw the letter in Mira's hands. "I know about you and Anita," she continued. "I know you cheated on me, and I can't forgive that." Vinya tried to make excuses, talking about how he was confused and did not know how to end the relationship. But Mira didn't want to listen to his excuses anymore. She understood that those words no longer meant anything. "We're done, Vinya," she said, looking into his eyes. "I'm filing for divorce." It was a shock for Vinya. He did not expect such a decisive step from Mira. He tried to convince her to give him another chance, but Mira was adamant. The next few weeks were difficult for Mira, but she began the divorce process and gradually rebuilt her life. She found support from friends and family who helped her through this difficult period. Mira realized that Vinya's betrayal was a lesson for her, teaching her to value herself and not settle for less than she deserves. She moved to another city and started a new chapter in her life, where there was no more room for lies and betrayal. Later, Mira met another man who appreciated and respected her. She found true happiness and realized that even after betrayal, one can find strength and be reborn. Life had taught her to be strong and to believe that true love still exists. Mira started her new life in another city, trying to leave the past behind. The move was a difficult but necessary step. She found a job at another school, where her colleagues warmly welcomed her. They didn't know about her past, and it gave her a chance to start over. A year passed, and Mira began to feel that her life was gradually improving. She made new friends who helped her adapt to her new surroundings. Among them was Ravi, a man who worked as an attorney at a local law firm. They met at a charity event where Mira helped organize a fundraiser for orphans. Ravi was attentive and caring. He sensed from the beginning that Mira had gone through something difficult, but he did not pressure her, giving her space and time. Their relationship developed slowly, unlike the tumultuous beginning of her past relationship with Vinya. Mira still carried the wounds of the past. She was afraid to trust and open her heart again, but Ravi was patient. He didn't try to make her forget the past, but helped her move forward, slowly and surely. One evening, as they were walking along the riverbank, Ravi finally decided to ask what was bothering her. Mira, I can see that you carry pain inside you. I'm not asking you to tell me everything, but if you want to share with me, I'm ready to listen. Mira stopped and looked at him. She saw in his eyes sincerity and care that were new to her. Her heart was heavy from what she had been holding in for so long. She knew it was time to tell her story. Ravi, I was married, she began. My ex-husband, he cheated on me. I thought our life was perfect, but it turned out he was with another woman all that time. It destroyed me. Ravi listened to her attentively without interrupting. He could see how hard it was for her to talk about it, but he also felt that she needed to say it. I left everything behind and started a new life here, Mira continued. I thought I would never be able to trust anyone again, but you changed the way I think about people. You helped me understand that not everyone is the same and that genuine care exists. Ravi took her hand and squeezed her fingers gently. Mira, I understand what you've been through. I don't want you to feel alone in this. I'm here for you, and I want you to know that you're not alone. Tears streamed down Mira's cheeks, but they were tears of relief. For the first time in a long while, she felt like she could trust someone again. Her heart began to open to new possibilities. From that moment on, their relationship grew deeper. Ravi showed Mira that love can be real and bring joy, not pain. He wasn't trying to replace the past, but he was helping her build a new future. A few months later, Ravi proposed to Mira, and she, feeling ready to start a new chapter in her life, accepted. Their wedding was modest, but full of sincerity and love. Mira knew that she had found a true partner with whom she could overcome all difficulties. Past wounds still sometimes made themselves felt, but now Mira knew that she was strong and able to live on. With Ravi, she felt protected and loved. Her new life was built on trust, mutual understanding, and sincere care. In the end, Mira learned that true strength is not in avoiding pain, but in having the courage to open up to the world again after being hurt. And she found this strength in herself to start a new life full of hope and love. A few years after the wedding with Ravi, Mira felt happy and confident in her new life. Together, they built a cozy home full of love and harmony. Mira continued to work as a teacher, and it brought her real satisfaction. Ravi, thanks to his professionalism and dedication to his work, gained respect among colleagues and clients. Their life was calm and measured. They traveled together, spent time with friends, and supported each other in all endeavors. But most importantly, they were true partners who could always rely on each other. Mira often remembered her past, but now these memories no longer hurt her. She understood that, through those difficult trials, she became stronger and wiser. Every day spent with Ravi proved to her that she had made the right choice by leaving behind what was causing her suffering. One day, Mira found out that she was pregnant. This news brought them incredible joy. They eagerly awaited the birth of their first child, preparing for a new phase in their lives. Ravi was infinitely happy, supporting Mira every step of the way, doing everything possible to make her feel comfortable and at ease. When their daughter was born, they named her Asha, which means hope. This name became a symbol of their belief in a bright future, that even after the darkest periods of life, new happiness can be found. Asha became the center of their world, and they both tried their best to give her the best. Mira enjoyed motherhood, discovering new aspects of life. She watched as Asha grew and developed, and her every laugh, every new step brought her joy and satisfaction. Ravi was an attentive and caring father, always ready to spend time with his daughter, telling her stories, or walking with her in the park. Years passed, and their family only became stronger. Mira and Ravi overcame all difficulties together, supporting each other in everything. They knew that their love had been tested by time and trials, and now it was unbreakable. Mira was no longer afraid of the past. She realized that everything she had gone through was necessary for her to find true happiness. Her life with Ravi and Asha had become the embodiment of all those dreams that she once thought were unattainable. The day Asha went to school, Mira felt the circle of life close. She stood in front of the school gate, holding Ravi's hand, and watched their daughter run happily to class. It was a new beginning for the whole family, a beginning filled with hope, love, and faith in the future. Mira knew that life would not always be easy, but now she was ready to face any challenges with a smile. She had found her way, her place in the world, and now every day was a gift that she valued above all else. Her story is proof that even after the worst pain, you can find a new life full of light and joy. Years passed, and Asha grew up in a loving family where support and warmth always reigned. Mira and Ravi were proud parents who watched their daughter grow, make new friends, and discover the world. They supported her in everything, helped her with homework, listened to her stories about school adventures, and were always there when she needed advice or comfort. Asha was an inquisitive and intelligent child who always wanted to learn more about the world around her. She was fond of books, loved to draw, and dreamed of becoming a doctor when she grew up. Ravi and Mira supported her in these aspirations, creating all the conditions for her development. Mira, it seemed, had finally found the inner peace and happiness she had dreamed of. She built a new life based on love, trust, and mutual respect, and the wounds of the past gradually healed. She no longer thought about Vinny, her ex-husband, and about the painful experience she went through. Her current life was so full and fulfilling that she felt blessed. However, life does not always follow a plan, and new challenges arise from time to time. One day, Mira received an unexpected call. It was a lawyer who informed her that Vinya, her ex-husband, wanted to contact her. He found out that he has an incurable disease and would like to apologize to Mira for everything he has done to her in the past. This news caught Mira by surprise. She didn't know how to react. Her heart, which had finally found peace, was suddenly filled with old feelings again. Pain, anger, but also a certain amount of compassion. She thought for a long time about what to do, realizing that meeting Vinya could open old wounds that she had worked so hard to heal. After long thoughts and conversations with Ravi, Mira decided that she could meet Vinya. She understood that this meeting could give her the opportunity to finally close this page of her life. Ravi supported her decision, assuring her that he would be there if she needed his help. Mira went to the city where Vinya now lived. It was a quiet and modest house, far from the glitter that once surrounded their life together. When Mira entered the room where Vinya was lying, she barely recognized him. He was very exhausted from the disease. He looked weak and vulnerable, Vinya said quietly when he saw her. Thank you for coming. Mira stood by his bed, looking at the man who had once betrayed her and ruined their lives. She felt mixed emotions, sympathy for a man on the edge of life and death, but also a certain anger for all she had been through because of him. I wanted to apologize to you, Vinya continued. I know I've caused you a lot of pain, and no words can ever fix it, but I needed to say it while there was still time. Mira listened to him, feeling her heart sink. She understood that Vinya was sincerely repentant, but she also knew that no apology would erase the pain she had experienced. However, she was also aware that keeping her anger inside was only a burden on herself. I came to tell you that I forgive you, she said quietly. I can't forget what happened, but I don't want to live with this burden anymore. I forgive you, Vinya, and I hope you find your peace. Vinya nodded, his eyes filled with tears. Thank you, Miro. This is more than I deserve. Mira spent some more time with Vinya, talking about the past and how their paths diverged. She felt a heavy stone fall from her soul. This meeting helped her finally close this chapter of her life and return to her new life with a light heart. Returning home to Ravi and Asha, Mira felt she had made the right choice. She no longer had unfinished business from the past and could now fully focus on her future. Her life was full of love, support, and hope, and she was ready to take on any challenge that might come her way. Mira learned that true forgiveness is not only freeing another person from guilt, but also freeing oneself from the burden of the past. She found the strength to move on, and this allowed her to create a life in which there was only room for love, joy, and new opportunities.